Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT. We are just around the corner from King of the Ring, where the night will be an interesting one, to say the least. I don't know where I was going with that one, but that's what I've ended up with. It is going to be a big one. There are a lot of big talents involved. There's even a guy from NXT involved who'll be in action in that event, and he'll be in action here tonight, of course, as well. But we have other things to talk about with NXT, and to be fair, it's a little bit, you could say it's a little bit more of a lax NXT, but even then, it still manages to put on a pretty big card with a pretty big main event, like we're seeing with this one. The main event, the leader of the DCC, Sabin, takes on the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. This one is going to be one hell of a main event, that's for certain. These two men have clashed before. They get ready to clash again. Do not be surprised if we are in for some really good action between these two men. They hate one another. Well, Sabin hates everyone. Tanahashi wants to get his name out there. We're looking for a new #1 contender to the NXT Championship for TakeOver. And for all we know, the winner could well put themselves on the hot seat for a ticket to TakeOver. However, that is a ticket that has a front row seat to the NXT champion, Corin. Bits and pieces work well with that one. But anyway, as we prepare for that main event, we're going to kick things off with tag team action here tonight. Let's get right into this. As the #1 contenders for the NXT tag team title, SAnitY, up against the Broken Kings. And so here we go. To kick things off on NXT, they became the #1 contenders 2 weeks ago now. Yes, 2 weeks ago it was. But SAnitY fended off the DCC and finally closed out their chapter of that battle. I do not believe the war is finished yet, but that could be a discussion for another day. However, SAnitY are still your #1 contenders for the tag team titles, I believe, at NXT TakeOver. The NXT general manager, of course, we have all about the NXT championship decided as #1 contenders. However, we know that the NXT global championship matchup between Kurt Angle and Pete Dunne will be in a few weeks, not a TakeOver. I can only guess, and I'm going to estimate, since TakeOver is just over a month away, SAnitY and Tessa Blanchard are getting their title matches at NXT TakeOver. It would make the most sense in that regard. But anyway, here they come towards the ring. SAnitY in full. Eric Young, Killian Dane, Sawyer Fulton. The trio that has run roughshod over the tag team division since arriving at the start of this series of Universe. Have had 2 occasions to become NXT tag team champions. One, of course, spoiled by the arrival of the DCC. The other, just due to luck, really, and heart from American Alpha to pick up the win with it. Pinning Eric Young from a sunset flip, something which certainly infuriated the leader of SAnitY, and I think was also another driving force into why SAnitY became the #1 contenders for those tag team titles 2 weeks ago. Last week's Eric Young sent out the warning message. Said that when they fight their battle, it will be used as an example. And when TakeOver comes around, their momentum will come to an end, because SAnitY will be the one to reign supreme. Eric Young truthfully believes that it is SAniTY's time, and in a way it is hard to argue against them. You look at their form in this universe since they've arrived. It has been very strong. They've been on NXT more than the tag team champions have as well since they've been here as well. They've been quickly picking up on experience, and that is doing good jobs for them. And they're going to look to continue their experience here tonight with a victory over the Broken Kings, a team that we haven't seen in a long, long time. The Macho Man Randy Savage and the Broken Matt Hardy. I'm still always surprised by this entrance. It always does a number on making me realize just how weird this place can actually be. But here is, slowly emerging through the smoke, is the leader of this duo. Broken Matt Hardy heads towards the ring. God, they really are a special duo, aren't they? They have the mindset of a concrete brick, and to be fair, their ability within the ring is also that of a concrete brick. I do not remember the last time the Broken Kings picked up a win, but Matt Hardy heads towards the ring here in his usual condition. And the Macho Man is forced to make and the Macho Man's kind of making us all look at him as if to say, look at how magnificent this man truly is. Well, here he is, the leader of this duo, and the man who could be even more broken, though more literally than mentally, after this matchup against SAnitY, especially if he gets in the ring with one Killian Dane. And I imagine he's going to be one in the ring. By the way, the tag team duo is the usual lineup: Eric Young and Killian Dane. Sawyer Fulton at ringside, just in case anything kicks off. And they need a deciding factor, an enforcer, if you will. As for right now, however, take a look at that. Dane is excruciatingly close to the Macho Man on the outside right there, but we are ready to begin this one. The Broken Kings are ready. SAnitY is always ready. And we'll certainly use this match as an example towards American Alpha. Bell rings and we are underway. Eric Young going to start things off against Matt Hardy here. And look at how quickly that dropkick floored Matt there. This is the danger that possesses within Eric Young and within SAnitY. This is why they are the #1 contenders, and this is why they're on a warpath to take over. And we'll stop at nothing until those titles are around their waist once and for all. Big kick in the gut there too. Matt Hardy now as Killian Dane is tagged in. Here goes the big man with that sent-on splash following that wasteland. No, this is not where you want to be with Killian Dane up on his shoulders in a boatload of trouble. Death Valley driver there. Matt Hardy so far with no offense in this one. This is all SAnitY from the get-go. And in a way, I'm not surprised one bit. In the turnbuckle we go now. Matt Hardy finally able to counter something. And look at the strength there of the broken Matt Hardy to hit that shin breaker there. Can he continue this? No, he sent it to the turnbuckle, and oh my god, he just had Killian Dane run through him full speed. And Dane denying any chance of Matt Hardy being able to crawl to the turnbuckle and tag in the Macho Man as well. They are working this man down to the best of their abilities. Tag made here. Harkening back to an old team from long ago in this universe mode. The Killer Elite Squad with a move like that. Here's the cover after it, looking to try and pull him away. Hardy kicks out early. Macho Man got decked by a clothesline there from Killian Dane. Super kick. Look at that there. Macho Man hadn't finished rolling out of the ring, and Eric Young made sure that he got out of the ring. Killian Dane following suit as well. EY now and Matt Hardy back to being the legal ones in this matchup. Oh, this isn't looking good. Oh, God, Dragon Sleeper there, akin to the NXT champion who we've seen nail that move on a number of occasions. Killian Dane on the outside going after the Macho Man now. Double choke! Double-handed choke slam there on the outside. This is a nightmare to forget for this duo. Hardy and Dane are in dominant control. Hardy and Dane, Young and Dane. Hardy is in deep, deep trouble, but he's still trying to find openings. Counters Dane there. Can he find an opening for himself? Maybe not. There's the counter by Killian Dane, and there's a headbutt. Macho Man right there. Can he make the tag? No, again denied. Quickly denied by Dane as well. Irish whip though up and over the top rope. Matt Hardy trying to create openings here for his team. Look at the strength of Hardy there to hit that suplex back in the ring. And Matt will finally make the tag into the Macho Man here, keeping any semblance of a hope alive for the Broken Kings. Well, that is stopped in his tracks. Forearm shot. Into the turnbuckle goes Killian Dane, into his own turnbuckle, I'd like to point out. And that was the mistake Macho Man made. Tag made now. Eric Young back in. Look at the quick tags between SAnitY and this one. Been a vast number of them. And they've all done a good job of just wearing down their opponent and making this win even easier to acquire. In the turnbuckle, he's going to go for it again. Yeah, Eric Young in position, latched and ready to go with that Dragon Sleeper. Look at the way he just holds them up in the air there. It is bad enough to be locked in a Dragon Sleeper. It is something completely different to be held up in the air like that. To be completely suffocated of all oxygen. But with no tap out in sight. DY now from the top. There's the elbow drop. And we have a tendency to know what'll follow. And here it is. The pile driver's on its way. EY plants him down. Leaping pile driver, no less. This one should end it. Cover 2. Oh, Macho Man kicks out. And that does not seem to be a happy thought in the mind of SAnitY. So that's the way SAnitY works, just not caring for anyone else, even in the group. Killian Dane just walked over the arms there of one Sawyer Fulton. Macho Man trying to make the tag now into broken mat, and oh my god, what a move that one was. What a big boot, but finally the tag is made. Macho Man is in. Macho Man is out. Matt Hardy is in. Matt Hardy is down. That lasted about as long as you'd expect. There's the running splash. Oh, I think I know what's coming up next, and I think it is indefinitely this time the end of the match. Into the turnbuckle. Killian Dane is going to end it. American Alpha, you best be watching close, because this could well be your fate. Ulster Plantation. No Macho Man in sight to save him. 1, 2, 3. SAnitY are your destructive winners in this one. Easy does it. Another win in the pocket. SAnitY are on their path. Can they complete that path at NXT TakeOver? Can they find the gold at the end of the rainbow? Can they overcome American Alpha this time and finally become the NXT Tag Team Champions? They have waited. By the time TakeOver rolls around, they will have waited some 4 or 5 months for it. Will that night finally be theirs? They've still got a month left to prep for it. American Alpha better be ready. It's not going to be an easy road. Not by any means. Well, there are your winners, SAnitY. American Alpha, you're going to need some help to get all the way through this one. But anyway, there we go. There is that. The SAnitY job done there. They can focus on TakeOver, but coming up next, we've got a man who needs to focus on this Sunday. He needs to focus on King of the Ring. He needs to get a big win here tonight. That man is KUSHIDA. He's going one-on-one against EC3. So like I said, KUSHIDA got a big tournament ahead of him this Sunday. King of the Ring. He could wrestle up to 3 matches on that night against some as well against some of the elite talents on Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. You look at least SmackDown's lineup, I would argue, even though they only have 2, SmackDown's got the strongest lineup heading into King of the Ring. They have Kota Ibushi, a man who has always been known for his incredible wrestling ability and has stood out so much over these last few weeks on this brand. He has gone from kind of being, just being there as a tag team guy to almost winning the tag team titles, picking up 2 eliminations in the Royal Rumble, of which he just did in the snap of a finger, holding himself in the ring in the Royal Rumble, in the ring with Sting and Shinsuke Nakamura, qualified for King of the Ring by defeating Hansen, and is now on his way to potentially becoming King of the Ring. If this all happened for Kota Ibushi within about a month and a half, it would almost be unprecedented for a man to rise to stardom this much after just kind of struggling for a little while in his own way. And of course, on the other side of that, on the flip side, they have the current King of the Ring, the man looking to make it back-to-back, the man looking to prove that he can do it again, Kenny Omega. It is a strong lineup for SmackDown, and of course, if they get each other in the first round, well, we have probably match of the night right there in the first round. So you never know what that final could be. There's still guys, of course, you can't look over. Guys like Lars Sullivan and Baron Corbin, especially the powerhouses of the tournament. But even then, there could be a dark horse like a Rich Swann, someone who could kind of sneak under the radar. Maybe even KUSHIDA could be seen as someone of a dark horse who could sneak under the radar. We haven't seen KUSHIDA's full potential in this universe yet, you know. King of the Ring will be his first performance on a big stage, no less. Wonder if there'll be any nerves running through his mind. I mean, big stage in terms of over here, of course. KUSHIDA made a great name for himself as basically being the ace of the junior heavyweight division in New Japan. And we'll look to use that experience to bring him potential King of the Ring. Imagine what that would mean for NXT if they had the King of the Ring. Actually, what it would mean is that NXT probably wouldn't be able to hold on to KUSHIDA much longer, and they'd probably be waving bye-bye to him sooner rather than later. But nevertheless, we move on here. Kushida got this matchup against EC3 here tonight. He has got a tough opponent in EC3 as well. EC3, of course, was in the triple threat last week to determine the #1 contender to Kurt Angle's NXT Global Championship, which, of course, was won by Pete Dunne. EC3 was not involved in the deciding fall. It was Tyler Bate who was pinned by Pete Dunne, but he's still got this matchup going for him here tonight against Kushida. He's got the height advantage, he's got the power advantage, and he's got a chance to really dent Kushida's momentum heading into this Sunday and also prove that maybe he should have been in that King of the Ring qualifier, not Kushida. Look at that back to the side headlock takeover there. Kushida, of course, defeated Pentagon Jr. last week to qualify for the King of the Ring. That was a very much back and forth matchup where, again, Kushida had to overcome some odds to get the win, but he got what he wanted, and now he has to continue that going here. Irish whip now, and look at this by Kushida. Great speed executed there to hit that neck breaker. Kushida with a Hurricanrana there, and EC3 hung up in the ropes now, in a bit of trouble. Kushida gonna look for something big here, maybe. Oh, running knee in the side of the head. Caught that one flush. Kushida moving with such speed and precision right now that EC3 doesn't know how to counteract it. Power is being overcome by speed here until he moved out of the way, and what a spear there by EC3. And now EC3 has to think tactical, and tactically he is thinking, locking in a figure 4 here, going after the legs of Kushida, trying to take away that speed to a man who is seen as one of the best of the Super Juniors. In fact, I believe he won the tournament on more than one occasion as well. Kushida now going after the arm of EC3, looking to take away the 1% and also lock in for his submission hold should he choose to do so. Of course, Kushida, though, has become far more complacent with executing the Back to the Future finishing maneuver than what he has that Kimura lock of his. Up to that second rope now goes Kushida, looking to fly, sent on splash. EC3 really in some trouble here. And finally his power comes into play. A big back body drop there to floor Kushida. And once again the tables turn. Look at the strength now being executed from EC3. With ease as well, he's able to do this. Maybe weight plays a part in it, but you cannot deny the strength to do something like that. Back to, just rolling through with those trio of suplexes. Kushida rolling to the outside to try and get him some time away, but he's sent right into the guardrail there, and the punches rain down on him. EC3 is in no playable mood. He is in a foul mood for certain, especially after not becoming #1 contender last week. He's not wanting to play around with Kushida. On the outside now and into the ring pole. Kushida, of course, has the shortest amount of time of everyone in King of the Ring to recover. It's only 2 days away right now before it is live streamed here on Sunday. He has not got long at all to recover, so this matchup, he can't afford to let anything big happen. He can't afford to get hurt. Especially if he's got someone like a Kenny Omega in the first round. We don't know the fixtures, we don't know the lineups, and they won't be revealed until the event itself rolls around. But Kushida is looking prepared to try and end this year. EC3's tried a lot, but he is stumbling now. Fastball punch there by Kushida. Can he look to end it here? There's the cover, there's the count, and there's only one. EC3 has a window of opportunity. Oh, but it might be slipping away in about a second or two. Get ready, because we're going back to the future. Kushida into the cover with 1, 2, and 3. If Kushida can overcome EC3 here if he can overcome the men in the King of the Ring like he overcame EC3 here tonight, he could well be a dark horse within this tournament. Victory for Kushida there. And it didn't go as bad as he wanted it to. No harsh moves hit, no injuries, I imagine. He should be good to go for this Sunday. Keep your eye on Kushida. If he doesn't win it, I think he'll certainly try and have a standout performance against a standout athlete. We'll see who he'll get in the King of the Ring this Sunday. Because like I said, don't forget it will be live streamed. And that was... So I expect to see a lot of you there, getting live reactions to the event as it takes place. But there you have it. Kushida, your winner here tonight, and he is certainly proud of that one. But the business starts this Sunday, and in Kushida's mind, it ends when he is when his arm is raised and he is king of the ring. Is that a fiction or is that reality for Kushida? Find out this Sunday. And it will certainly be an interesting one. But there we go. That is that settled for King of the Ring. We're going to move on now back to the NXT side of things. We saw 2 women make their debut last week in the NXT Women's Division. One of them is going to be in action here tonight. Ruby Riot is going to team up with the newest with one of the newest additions to the NXT Women's Division in Santana Garrett as they take on the team of Trifecta, Tessa Blanchard, and Jazzy Gabert. So here we have it, the tag team debut. In a way, he's also a singles kind of match debut for none other than Santana Garrett. She's going to be teaming with this woman here, Ruby Riot, to take on the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship, Tessa Blanchard, and of course the runner-up in that matchup as well in Jazzy Gabert. It was a great 8-women's battle royal last week, but for it to come down to those 2 women was quite the spectacle in itself. I said, would Trifecta go all for themselves? Would they go all out for victory? Yes. Yes, they did. There was more than one occasions where Gabert tried to eliminate Blanchard, and then when it came down to the 2 of them, Gabert was eliminated. Tessa Blanchard had one hell of a battle royal for herself. She picked up a good chunk of eliminations, including Toni Storm in the final 3. Also made her debut. Cannot wait to see Toni Storm's singles debut here in NXT. It is going to be one hell of a spectacle in itself, and I'm really excited to see what she can bring to the table. But it is the other woman who also made her debut coming out here tonight. That woman being Santana Garrett. She is here to make a name for herself in NXT. The ever-evolving NXT Women's Division is doing a good job of being one of the best, if you ask me. You look at the talents on this roster. You saw them in the Battle Royal last week. And that wasn't including the NXT Women's Champion herself, Kairi Sane. This roster is well stacked to make a huge name for itself. You look at, like I said, you just got to look at the names in this division right now, and the names that were added last week. Santana Garrett, Toni Storm. Is there any proof that NXT is doing pretty good with its divisions? Yeah, I think so. So with that being said, we'll see how Santana Garrett does here in her debut. The crowd's certainly excited to see her in this, in the Hammerstein Ballroom once again. How will she cope? How will she cope with this debut of hers? How will she cope teaming with Ruby Riot? I'm not too sure. How will she cope being in an environment where she is obviously only in her first tag team matchup? She's got a team with someone who she's never teamed with before against a duo who are well and truly happy with one another. Trifecta heads towards the ring. Tessa Blanchard on your left, the #1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship. Jazzy Gabert on the right, the powerhouse of the duo. Brains, brawn, and booty are what possess these 3 women. It is what makes them Trifecta, as they do say when they come towards the ring here. So bubbly and so kind of almost in a fake way, full of personality, because we know that when it comes to the ring, that quickly disappears. Ruby Riot will start this one off against Tessa Blanchard here, and we are ready and raring to go. Tessa Blanchard explodes out of the blocks there, right at Ruby Riot. The #1 contender looking to get herself out of the block right away and send a message to Kairi Sane as soon as she possibly can. Look at this, Riot in a lot of trouble from the early going shit. Dug face first, an elbow drop into the back. Riot though able to pull out a counter here, and only temporary. Tessa Blanchard pulls out a reversal of her own, and take a look at this now. Double underhook suplex there by Blanchard. Ruby Riot really struggling from the off here, and Santana Garrett there just watching on for a moment. Tessa Blanchard now. I thought she was gonna take flight there. She's not. She's gonna target the leg of Ruby Riot. Look to take the Riot kick away from her. Look to make sure that she can't get away from Tessa Blanchard either. There's a counter now by Riot. Big forearm shot as well to floor the #1 contender. And now we're seeing some action coming from Ruby Riot. Saito suplex there and a big elbow drop onto Tessa Blanchard. Ruby Riot looks like she wants to get things going before she gets the tag into Santana. Garrett here, another big forearm shot there, but look at how quickly that was countered. And look at how much trouble Ruby Riot is in, throwing into the turnbuckle there. Oh, forearm. And Santana Garrett had to drop off the apron there to make sure she didn't get clubbed by it. Tessa Blanchard is in full control right now over Ruby Riot. Bringing her up to her feet here, is she? Looks very much like that. There's a fight back there, though, by Ruby again. Refusing to give in. Looks for the kicks. Stopped by Blanchard. Oh, this is going to hurt her. Single underhook DDT. And there may be nowhere for her to turn. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the hell? Santana Garrett just got off the apron. Tag has been made between Garrett and Blanchard. Santana Garrett has just abandoned Ruby Riot and is now standing in the corner of Trifecta. Why? What is the reason for this? Riot's kicked out, but Garrett's on their side now. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Tessa Blanchard and Jazzy Garrett have a new recruit within their ranks. Trifecta really is a trio now. Santana Garrett is just standing there, watching on as the woman she was supposed to team with is being torn apart. And Santana Garrett's enjoying it as well. This is what Trifecta was all about. It was not about brains, brawn, beauty, whatever it was. It was about Garrett, Blanchard, and Garrett. These three women have come to stake their claim in NXT, and they are tearing apart Ruby Riot right now for their own beneficial gains. Santana Garrett will watch on with her new teammates. Magnum hit by Blanchard into the cover after everything before it, and Riot is still kicking out. The feeling of being betrayed must be surging through this young woman. I can hardly believe what I saw with my own eyes there. Imagine what it must be like to be this woman. To know that the person who you thought was going to be your tag team partner, the person you thought could be your friend, has just stabbed you in the back to join a duo who is almost hell-bent on tormenting the NXT Women's Division. Tessa Blanchard, if she's the leader or not, it doesn't really matter right now. What matters the most is that she's got a new recruit in the ranks for a fight against the NXT Women's Division, and more importantly, Kairi Sane as well. Ruby Riot is simply out on her feet right now. She is fighting on guts, heart, and spirit alone. There is nothing that can spur Ruby Riot on right now. She may not be one to show it, but she has gotta be, along with the rest of the NXT Women's Division, feeling an ailment of heartbroken right now. Tessa Blanchard here again, the single and hook DDT. And she doesn't look like she's interested in anything else but the win now. The point's been proven. Trifecta has been born on this night. Blanchard picks up the cover and the victory. But there are more important points. That is the new duo, trio even. That is the new force of NXT. You can almost forget the iconic duo now, because Trifecta has risen. And she was the final piece to the puzzle. There is Trifecta. NXT, the Women's Division, and Kairi Sane. Keep your wits close and your friends even closer. This is not about a title anymore. This is about making a statement. This is about dominance. And Trifecta want to be just that. Dominant. I am disgusted by these actions by Santana Garrett. So this has almost come to be the norm to be expected from the NXT Women's Division now. And NXT as a whole. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Kairi Sane, once again, I worry for the NXT Women's Champion. We gotta move on to our next contest now. But I am not impressed at all with Santana, Garrett, and the actions of Trifecta. I don't know what the NXT General Manager, I don't know what the Sheriff of NXT, and I don't know what is going through the mind of the NXT Women's Division. But I know what's going through my mind, and it is one of disgust. Yeah, Trifecta can send a message all they want. Yeah, they can send a point all they want, but... I was hoping better from Santana, Garrett. I really was. I didn't think she'd do something like this. And my worry now and my fear is that Toni Storm will do the same. I might be grabbing at straws just because they both debuted at the same time, but there's that panic within me that she will do something like that. So let's hope that that's just me clutching at straws, because if Toni Storm goes, I genuinely fear for the NXT Women's Division. I think it'd only be a matter of time before Trifecta has a grasp and then takes the NXT Women's Division and makes it their own. But until next week, we're going to have to move away from that, because I don't know what more to say on the matter. But here comes the Velveteen Dream towards the ring. He's in action yet again here in NXT, taking on the gold standard Shelton Benjamin. This is going to be a good one. Every time the Velveteen Dream is here, it's a good one. We know that. Look at the way in which he swaggers down towards the ring. The confidence that this man has, the ego that goes with him. He's got a very flamboyant attitude. You can even call it camp, which it pretty much is. But he backs it up within the ring. That purple rainmaker of his has proven to put talents away. And he's going to look to try and add to his list of talents put away with a victory over the gold standard here tonight. Been a tough road for Shelton Benjamin as of late, but Velveteen Dream has been soaking it in here in New York, soaking it in Hammerstein, taking in all the culture. Probably knowing the Velveteen Dream, watching a good few shows on Broadway as well. Well, that is what the Velveteen Dream does outside of the ring. But now we are inside of the ring. We are here in Hammerstein, and we are ready to begin this one. Benjamin and Dream. Benjamin immediately goes for the collar elbow tie-ups. The collegiate athlete that Shelton Benjamin was, he should know his way around this and should be able to take care of Velveteen Dream in this matter. Targeting the arm right now, looking to immediately take away any impact that the purple rainmaker could have. This could be Velveteen Dream's toughest matchup since making his debut in this universe, and he strikes quick there with that super kick on Shelton Benjamin. Irish whip up and over the top there, but what a counter by Shelton Benjamin that one was. He looks to fly here, and he gets that drop kick right in the face of Velveteen. Velveteen Dream now, big power slam there, or just a regular slam. He's going up top rope. Is he going to do it already? Is the purple rainmaker on its way? No, he's calling it up to his feet. Who could have speculated there for a moment, but not to be. Crossbody though by Velveteen Dream. And that was a beautiful one as well. Take a look at how Velveteen Dream's operating in this match right now. He was on the back foot at the start, but is all over Shelton Benjamin right now. Benjamin, though, with his experience and his desire, is able to kick out early. Up, spinning heel kick caught by Velveteen. Counter back, though, punching the ribs, and that time he gets the double spin heel kick there. Shelton Benjamin trying to fire away on all cylinders right now. Referee got in the way. What a dipshit. Up top, up high. Missed it, though. I think he had to cancel out at the last moment there because Dream was getting up to his feet. Go for a big boot. Dream gets out of the way. He's working really well right now. Is Velveteen Dream. Benjamin, though, able to pull out a nice counter there. Creates some more chances for him in this one. Northern Light suplex. Great bridge. Dream's feet, though, underneath the ropes. Oh, take a look at that. T-bone suplex, though, by Benjamin. Could it end it here for Dream? Is it all over before it started? No. Great kick out there by Velveteen Dream, though, and you can see the kind of disappointment within Shelton Benjamin. He thought he had it there. Velveteen Dream showing him much different. Got some good strikes on the go, though, does Shelton Benjamin right now. Velveteen Dream really needs to find a way back into this. This is looking good right now for Shelton Benjamin to pick up a huge win here over Dream. Oh, look at that counter, though, by Velveteen Dream. He is not going to let Benjamin get a W over him. Russian leg sweep there, into the cover after it. Looking to put him away. Only gets a 1 count, however. Velveteen Dream is now in the driver's seat once again. Shelton Benjamin is a passenger to the Velveteen experience. Here comes the Death Valley driver. He got him. Laid out of the middle of the ring for what we know is coming up next. Nothing to save Benjamin but his own experience if he can kick out. Purple Rainmaker. Cover. Ref in place. 1, 2. Velveteen Dream with another win on NXT. He is racking them up with every week that passes. And he is getting his name out there as well. Another win for him there over Shelton Benjamin. And one that he can be proud of. Just all about what is next for Velveteen Dream. And what is next is sending a statement. Benjamin is getting the boots put to him by Dream now. This one ain't over for Velveteen Dream just yet. Pummeling his boots there into Shelton Benjamin. We saw Cesaro do this on SmackDown Live. And the Velveteen Dream has opted to do the same here tonight at NXT. It is all about making a message here on this brand. It is all about using your opportunity and making the most of it. And Velveteen Dream just did that. Let's see if anyone will take notice of it, though. We'll find out. But anyway, we're going to move on now. It is time for our main event. The leader of the DCC, Chris Sabin, against Hiroshi Tanahashi. And here is this man, the leader of the DCC. Chris Sabin heads towards the ring. The former NXT champion, the only former NXT champion still on this brand, actually. The first one being a man who we do not discuss anymore, and the other one being the Royal Rumble winner, Kazuchika Okada. Definitely isn't on NXT anymore, that's for certain. Where he's going, we still don't know. But nevertheless, here is Chris Sabin. He's got a battle here tonight against Hiroshi Tanahashi, and this battle could be crucial towards Sabin maybe getting another shot at the NXT Championship. And imagine him getting a shot against the man who, of course, he brought into this universe almost a year ago, nurtured him and looked after him, almost like pretty much as his protege in Corin, only for him to betray him within months and move on to his own career. But what happened in that time it's pivotal. It speaks volumes. The night Corin was brought into this universe, Sabin lost the NXT Championship. Fast forward a year later, Sabin hasn't held that NXT Championship or a championship since then. Corin is currently the undeniable and unstoppable NXT champion. A year can change a lot, that is for certain, but here comes this man right now who is looking for a big winning match here tonight. Hiroshi Tanahashi heads towards the ring. The Ace of Japan, as he was known, here in NXT, looking to show that he is ready for a big, big win. And a win here over Sabin would do him good. Like I said, these two men have clashed beforehand, they have clashed in the past, and they will look to clash again here tonight. It's just all about who can pick up that win. Tanahashi would love a win over Sabin, and certainly the crowd here in the Haverstown Ballroom would love to see Tanahashi get a win. It's always a pleasure to see this man in action. The phrase once in a generation athlete was coined for a guy like Hiroshi Tanahashi, and he certainly is just that. Loved wherever he went in Japan, but he wasn't like a general face of a company who maybe didn't have the wrestling ability to back it up. He was truly one of the best. And now he's here in NXT. And eventually, I imagine, the main roster, where I know he'll make a huge, huge impact for himself. But it's all about this main event here tonight. It is all about Sabin and Tanahashi one-on-one here. A future opportunity, the NXT Championship could be awaiting one of these men. I'm not the booker of NXT, I'm just a commentator. And a fan as well, in a lot of circumstances. In the turnbuckle right now, lovely forearm there by Tanahashi on Sabin. And look at that, they lit his chest up with that chop, and he's going to do it again in the turnbuckle there. Because the Japanese style of wrestling much more harder than it is known over here as well, so that is going to make it a lot harder for Chris Sabin to endure some of these strikes, especially the forearms as well that we've come to know from a lot of Japanese wrestlers, perhaps the most notable of them all being Shinsuke Nakamura. Sabin's got a lot of power to endure, and in turn he's going to have to give a lot back to put away a guy like Hiroshi Tanahashi. Chinlock applied there, but Tanahashi able to slip his way out. Elbows now into the gut to escape. Best way to get out of that hold, that's for certain. But Sabin able to quickly respond there with a nice forearm shot. Oh, this looks like it's going to be painful. Over the shoulders here, it's going to be a crucifix powerbomb there. Oh, that looked nasty for Tanahashi, and it hasn't gone any better for him here. Deadlift, German suplex by Sabin. Chris Sabin has turned this match around now. The leader of the DCC is in control or not. Great evasion there by Tanahashi, and an even greater flying forearm to bring down Sabin. Tanahashi now snaps suplex, floats over into a quick cover, looking to try and wear down Sabin, because you know Tanahashi, he knows this bout better than anyone. He knows how and when to finish it. Sabin with a good counter there, though, and he's got him grasped in his clutches here. Oh, brainbuster there to Tanahashi. Chris Sabin gonna look for something big, maybe. Has him held in that front face lock. No escape from over the shoulder. Oh, shoulder breaker there to Tanahashi. Could have gone for the other arm there. Prior to Tanahashi joining this universe, he was wrestling a lot of matches in Japan with a partially torn bicep. And there's still doubts of whether or not Tanahashi even went and got surgery before he joined this universe. Hurricanrana now from the top rope. Chris Sabin has reclaimed control in this matchup. Cover now on Tanahashi, who kicks out at one. Big kick in the back there, though. Tanahashi clutching his head in pain here. Sabin could see that as an opportunity, or Tanahashi could use that as a little bit of playing possum to his advantage. But another great counter there, and the cutter! Leaping cutter by Sabin, which will lead into Cradle Shock now. Is this the big win that Sabin is looking for to prove himself? Is it going to be Sabin Core in part 2? Cradle Shock by Sabin! Into the cover he goes to put away Tanahashi. 1, 2, and oh, Tanahashi got the shoulder up. Look at that there by Sabin, though. He doesn't remain frustrated. He hits a very nice springboard reverse leg drop there. And now on Tanahashi, he's in control. Flings him over his head, and Tanahashi actually rolling out of the ring here. Not often we see the ace do that. Definitely on the back foot right now. Uh-oh. Sabin going to look to risk it all here. Oh, no. He faked everyone out there. Running Bulldog now. Leader of the DCC with no plans of toning down the offense here. But Tanahashi sees an opening and he will capitalize. Back in the ring we're going to go now. Irish whip here to Chris Sabin. What's he got in mind? Went for a flying forearm there. Great evasion by Sabin. Looks for a slam now, and there's the counter by Tanahashi, denying him any opportunity of that from being hit. Let's see what else Tanahashi's got in mind. Lovely shin breaker into a dragon screw there by Tanahashi, and he set up Sabin in position right where he wants to. He's going up high, fly, flow by Tanahashi. 1, 2, oh, he did it! Tanahashi slips a victory from out of the blue. There is your winner, the ace, victorious in this main event. Had to go through a bit of a struggle to... Oh, no, not now. Not today. No, it's the NXT champion. For the first time I believe, to my knowledge, since TakeOver, Corin's year, and he's in the ring, and he's going after Tanahashi. Oh, come on, there's no need for this. Let him soak in a win for one moment. Let someone celebrate it as something on NXT who isn't you. Corin slams him down into the mat. And we know what's next. It's written, and there's no fight back. Clock strikes 12 to Tanahashi, busted him open and all. Have you no shame? And of course, after that, Corin has to take the microphone and speak. And speak out against Tanahashi, speak out against Okada, and that, in its own way, is a chilling message in itself. Tanahashi reminds Corin of Okada. He is sick to death of that man, and he will finish the job that he started at TakeOver. Tanahashi is in the sights of the NXT champion, and there may well be no escape for the ace. Victorious here tonight, but no one's going to remember in the grand scheme of things. What everyone will remember is the warning message by the NXT champion. Tanahashi has now become all alone.